Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Shona. I'm from Mindset in Motion, and today I want to talk to you about how we can avoid Blue Monday with my mindfulness tips. So I'm a mindfulness practitioner, and I practice mindfulness on a regular basis. And this is something that I've done quite a lot over the last 2 years after having a very serious accident and then suffering some work-related stress after it. But now I practice this very regularly. And apparently today, or the third Monday of every January, and today in particular, as we're here, 21st of January, is meant to be known as Blue Monday. Now, if anyone's wondering what that is, it's meant to be the most depressing day of the year. Now, we can make it that if that's how we want to, but there are a number of reasons why the third Monday of January is named Blue Monday. Now, you may be dreading the arrival of that credit card statement any day. You may have had it. We've had probably, we may have overindulged at Christmas, partying, buying presents. I know that, we all have that same feeling. You may have already broken that New Year's resolution that you set. You may be participating in Dry January, and although the end is in sight, it's not long to go. It's at this point that you're starting to find it a struggle. I don't get it. I've never done Dry January. I do like a glass of gin on a weekend, but some people struggle and drink every night of the week. Not saying that makes people an alcoholic, but it's just that some people like that glass of wine with their evening meal. And I understand why some people do Dry January. I completely get it. But that's why it's at this point where a lot of people start to struggle with that. Another reason as well is, we wake up in the morning, it's dark. We get home after work, it's dark. It's generally gloomy outside, and, it can make you feel quite depressed. And also as well, if you've got a summer holiday booked or you haven't yet booked one, or you're thinking, I can't afford to book one, that summer holiday just seems so distant, so far away. Now, if you feel like this, you could be therefore a victim of Blue Monday. Now, extensive research has revealed that it's this particular Monday where it's meant to be the most depressing day of the year. And that is mainly because of those above reasons. Now, how can you change your thoughts? Now, mindfulness, if anyone's wondering what on earth mindfulness is, it's not about sitting there in a Buddha position and doing like that. It's not, okay? Mindfulness is the ability to be fully present. It's an awareness of the reality of things. It's considered an antidote to delusion, a clear and relaxed awareness of what is actually going on around us. It involves being fully present in the moment instead of distracted by thoughts of the past or the future. The future hasn't yet happened. The past is in the past. What's important is now, okay? Nothing else, just now, what we're doing now. Now, if you're feeling particularly stressed or anxious today, why don't you think about doing one or two of the following things? Do a workout. This will get your endorphins working. That's your happy hormone. Even if you don't feel like it, I guarantee you will feel better for it. I went and did a spin class first thing this morning. I wasn't feeling particularly like it, but I actually teach the class, so I didn't have a lot of choice. And we all had a lot of banter when we got there. Everyone was probably feeling the same. It was Monday morning. That started me off for my day. That woke me up. It got me going, and I've been so much more productive today as a result, and I've actually felt quite happy. Another thing you can do is go for a walk. But actually, when you're on that walk, don't put any headphones on. Listen to the sounds around you. The sound of the trees, the sound they make in the wind, the sounds of the traffic, the noise from the nearby houses, any laughter, sounds of any nature. Just let your mind wander. Just for that half an hour that you're going out for that walk. Take in the surroundings, things that you might not normally do. You might normally just put your headphones on and just let that, take over. Try something different just for that one walk that you do. Another thing you could try and do, and this is something I do quite regularly, and I might get laughed at, but I don't care. Wherever you are, if you're in your car, you're on your workout, in the shower, you're cooking tea, play those tunes that get you singing on top of your voice. Even if you can't sing, it doesn't matter. If I've had a stressful day, for me, AC/DC works every time, or the Foo Fighters. I play it really loud and it sorts me out. Give it a go. I guarantee that will work for you, all right? Now, there is something else you can try, and this does involve a little bit of practice. I have got this on my blog page, so if you do want to have a look at this and you don't take this all in here, it is called a 3-minute breathing space. I'm going to be back in 1 second. The cat needs to go out. Sorry about that. Right, so the 3-minute breathing space exercise, and I'm pretty sure that everyone can find 3 minutes in their day to practice this exercise, even if you don't do it every day. But what I do say about mindfulness is that if you practice it regularly, then you'll become a master at it yourself. And this one is particularly good if you struggle with work-related stress. And this one really helped me when I was struggling with my work-related stress. Now, step one, and my website address, by the way, I will link it to this anyway, but it's www.mindset-in-motion.co.uk. And my blog is on my Mindfulness Monday page, and I have got lots of other blogs on here as well, but this exercise is on there. Now, the first step is asking oneself, where am I? How am I? What am I thinking? In this way, one steps outside the doing mode for a moment, disrupts habitual patterns, and introduces awareness of the current experience. Now, deliberately adopt an erect and dignified posture. So probably whether you're standing or sitting, if possible, try and close your eyes. Then bring your awareness to your inner experience and acknowledge it, asking, what is my experience right now? So if you're sitting on a chair, maybe sit on a dining room chair, something with a hard back to it, and really think about, focus what you're doing. Closing your eyes makes you really be able to focus in on that awareness to your inner experience. Now, what thoughts are going through the mind? As best you can, acknowledge thoughts as mental events. What feelings are here? Turn towards any sense of discomfort or unpleasant feelings, acknowledging them without trying to make them different from how you find them. What body sensations are here right now? Perhaps quickly scan the body to pick up any sensations of tightness or bracing. Acknowledging the sensations, but once again, not trying to change them in any way. So actually, if you are tight, don't relax at this point. Now, the second step, this involves a single focus of attention. Attention is directed away from thinking and focused on the breath. Now, redirecting the attention to a narrow spotlight on the physical sensations of the breath, move in close to the physical sensations of the breath in the abdomen, expanding as the breath comes in and falling back as the breath goes out. Follow the breath all the way in and all the way out. Use each breath as an opportunity to anchor yourself into the present. And if your mind wanders, gently escort attention back to the breath. Now, step 3, during this third and last step, attention is expanded so that it also includes awareness of the body sensations. So the focus here is on the body as a whole. Now, expand the field of awareness around the breathing so that it includes a sense of the body as a whole, your posture and facial expressions, as if the whole body was breathing. If you do become aware of any sensations of discomfort, tension, feel free to bring your focus of attention right into the intensity by imagining that the breath could move into and around the sensations. In this, you are helping to explore the sensations, befriending them, rather than trying to change them in any way. If they stop pulling for your attention, return to sitting, aware of the whole body moment by moment. So the 3-minute breathing space involves a direct way of coping, characterized by awareness and willingness to experience what is present. So you can practice that 3-minute exercise every day or a few times a day, whenever you just get a bit of time, whenever you're starting to feel a bit panicky, a bit anxious. You can do it at home, you can do it at work, wherever you like, really. It doesn't take very long, as you can see. All right. Now, going forward, I've got a few little tips as well going forward, just to keep you from not feeling so anxious. There's no reason why these Blue Mondays should ever come up. First one, I've mentioned it previously, get active. Now, I've mentioned this a few times because you don't have to join a gym to get fit. I've got lots of blogs on my website, mainly on the Wellness Wednesday page, of alternative ways to keep fit. One way, if you have a lack of time, you can use the stairs. If you normally get the lift, that's a great way to keep fit. I always see, whenever I used to work in an office, I always used to see people all the time getting the lift. Now, it's a fact that using the stairs for 2 minutes per day is equivalent to 10 minutes of jogging. You're going upwards, you're elevating, so, maybe try and jog up the stairs as well. The more fit you get, the easier it does get. If the gym isn't for you, why don't you try and do a class? You've got things like Zumba, they're good fun. One thing I would love to do myself and try and bring it into the town where I live is this bungee dancing. It looks amazing, and I really think it would take off in my local town where I live. So, the other thing as well is loads of gyms do free trials, and there's always good deals in January. So check them out before they end, okay? Now, walking as well is great fun for fat burn. Now, believe it or not, a lot of people think that you need to be out of breath to burn fat. That's incorrect. To burn fat, you need to be at a brisk walking pace or a light jog. Now, I teach spin classes, and in my classes, I get a mixture of people, and throughout most of the class, we are working at that, what we call our aerobic zone, where you are burning fat. And maybe for 20 seconds at a time, we'll take it at a peak and take it into that anaerobic zone. But that isn't necessary. You don't have to do that. You're not burning fat in that zone. It's not, you don't have to do that. So going for a family walk could be incorporated into your family routines at the weekend. Check out local walking routes and make a day of it. Maybe set a realistic New Year resolution. That could be another thing you could do. Too many people, I think, set unrealistic resolutions, which is why they don't stick to them. You could use something that I do with part of my coaching, which is called a SMART test. Now, a SMART test, each letter in SMART refers to a different word. S stands for specific. Now, you can set a specific goal that you want to achieve, first of all. So, for example, if your specific goal is to lose some weight, then fine. But then you have to measure that. That's the M, okay? What are you going to measure that against? A, is your goal achievable? R, is it realistic? And T, what time have you given yourself to achieve that goal? Now, the reason why a lot of people don't stick to these is because they set themselves unrealistic, unachievable goals to reach. I recently met one person who set themselves a challenge to lose 3 stone by the end of January, but I'm afraid that's not a very good measurable, achievable and realistic goal. You've not given yourself enough time to reach that. If somebody though said that they wanted to lose half a stone by the end of January, if you're eating a healthy, balanced diet, then there's no reason at all why you can't lose half a stone by the end of January, because you're being reasonable about it. You're setting realistic, your a specific goal. It's measured against something which is achievable. It's realistic, and you've set yourself a realistic timeline. You can do that throughout February, March, April, May. It depends how much you want to lose, but be sensible about it. And the other thing as well, by trying to lose 3 stone in a month, you're going to probably do one of these silly fad diets. And I'll come on to this in a minute as well. I won't say too much at this point. Eating a balanced diet. So this is where I was going to mention that. The worst thing you can actually do is do one of these fad diets. They just don't work, okay? You may lose a few pounds. You may lose quite a lot, but most of that is going to be water. And as soon as you start eating normally again, you'll actually put that weight back on, and possibly even more. I've seen it happen time and time again. So I'm also just about qualified in doing a nutrition and weight management diploma. And that comes up time and time again. If you eat a healthy, balanced diet, your mental and physical health will improve. That means eating something from all of the food groups. And yes, that does include some fat as well. Don't forget, look at your body as a machine. You need to give a car fuel for it to go. You need to give your body fuel for it to work and wake up, okay? But don't forget, you need to eat your fruit and vegetables as well. I've actually included a link on my website of the food groups that you need to eat, and the amounts as well, okay? So if you want to have a look at my website, feel free, and that will give you some more guidance. And then finally, just before I go, make the most of natural light. As I mentioned at the start of this video, we don't get much natural light at this time of the year. It's not much longer to go until the clocks go forward again, but that's still 2 months away. Now, if you've gone back to work, when it comes to your lunch break, don't just stay at your desk and surf the internet. Get outside, get some vitamin D, go for a power walk. This is something I've always done and probably always will. You'll feel far more productive in the afternoon, and you'll feel more positive. So those are my little tips, guys. Don't suffer from Blue Monday. Just keep on saying, I'm fabulous. And write a positive thought in your journal or your diary every day. And just remember, life is too short. Don't spend it feeling down and miserable, okay? Have a happy day. Bye.